Deontay.
This count just really, it's kind of been good. You know what I mean? It's been exciting, full of fun, doing different things. Sometimes you can do things for so long over the years that things get boring. You need to kind of put some things in and have fun and stuff. But that's what we're doing. It's all about having fun, all about being active, all about staying at peace. That's what we are at this moment.
How did you end up training at the UFC?
What's that?
How did you end up training here at the Apex?
Yeah, one of my coaches live out here, and we had a idea to come and do some pre-camp stuff out here, and just get the feel of it. He was telling me about this beautiful this venue that Dana White and his partners have put together, and I wanted to come out and see some different things and stuff like that, and just change up some stuff. Like I said, we've been doing things for years the same way, and to the point it get boring at times, and you just want to, exciting up the workplace a little bit. And so I came out here about in August, and I loved it. So I'm looking to every 3 years to come out here and do my preliminary camps, and then when I start the regular camp, we'll probably be out here a couple of times as well too. So it's grown on me.
What's it like watching MMA every weekend?
I mean, comeback is comeback. To me, it's all about strategizing and styles to making fights. And the guys that when they know that I'm there, they always make great fight for them because they know knockout artists is in the audience. So with the way things is set up for them, it makes it good for them to know that I'm out there because everybody wants to impress and show me their power and what they can do. So every time I'm there, it's always a great fight. So we always come to the Dana White Contender Series, and it's been fun. Every moment of the second of being in the arena.
Have you run into Francis Ngannou at all?
Yeah, for sure. He's been in this area, in this gym before. Me and him training together. So so all love, respect. Maybe one day, who knows? The future is bright. October the 15th right now, what we're focused on most. Hey man, a lot of things is in the works, is for the future. So the champ back.
Obviously, October 15th is a big deal. It's mature, we're excited. It's big, dangerous. But there's also a lot of talk where Fury, Joshua, and now Usyk says he'll fight you if that fight happens. Have you heard about all that? Or what do you think?
Yeah, I might have, but I'm focused on October the 15th. I mean, a lot of things can stir you in the wrong direction, break your focus and concentration. So, I let my trainers, and manager, and and all those people that's involved in boxing, I let those have that part of things, and I just stay focused. I got a lot of things going on. I wear many hats, not only inside of the ring but outside of the ring. So my mind is filled with so many different things, opportunities, ideas. You know what I mean? So I got to stay functioning. I let those have that. So when the time comes, we'll handle all things. I'm happy. Like I've always been telling people, I'm happy and I'm at peace. So I'm soaking in my happiness and my peace. So with that being said, it's every day is an enjoyment. You know what I mean? I'm the type of person that I look at every day as a blessing because we're alive and well. The inevitable chases us every day, and each and every one of us escape because we're here today. One day it's gonna find us, and when it does, and you be the one to say, I've done everything that I wanted in this world, or I've provided my service to my greatness. We all have greatness in us, but it's all determined by service.
As a fan, I'm happy to see you guys.
Yeah, man, blessings.
Deontay,
what's excited to go back to the Barclays Center because you've got some of the best knockouts that you've been in Vegas for a while.
Yeah, Barclays Center is my baby. That's like my second home. And we've had many conversations, about going back to the Barclays Center, and the people that run the Barclays Center. We have many conversations of coming back there, and I think it's the perfect time and perfect place for the situation, and I'm looking forward to going back out in Brooklyn where I have my most exciting knockouts, my most dramatic and most electrifying times and most memorable moments. You know what I mean? So Barclays Center in Brooklyn, here we come, baby.
Can you pick a most memorable moment from Barclays of your career?
My most memorable moment, and I always think about this, even when they talk about knockouts, what's the best knockout I've had, and it still lingers to the Arthur Spuka knockout. You know, and when I hit him, I thought I took his life. You know, and that was the most scariest thing of all. Like seeing the guy, you know, all good intentions, good hype for the fight, want to serve his country, and you know, I always tell everyone that fighters, we risk our lives for others' entertainment, and there's no way around it, because when we're stepping in that square ring, that is exactly what we're doing. You know, people look at this business and they want to put sport in front of it and think it's something pretty, it's something nice, and you're supposed to get along and all that. It's the total opposite. It's a monster. It's a business. And once we understand and wrap our mind around the business side of things instead of the sport of it, because it's not a sport, we understand that it's circumstances and consequences that come behind getting inside of the ring. You know what I mean? And with that being said, I always look out of my fellow fighters. You know what I mean? Because I'm a fighter myself, and I understand certain things that goes on to deal with it. So that's my most memorable moment at the Barclays Center in time. I had a great time with him and the Polish fan, and I'm looking forward to making more memories.
What's the biggest fight in the division business-wise, Deontay?
Say that again?
What's the biggest fight in the division business-wise, Deontay?
Right now?
Yeah.
Man, we got a lot of great fights out there. You know what I mean? It's a lot of great fights. You got, you know, they've been talking about the Usyk thing. Like I said, I'm not looking past anyone. They got the Ruiz fight. You know, that's going to be huge as well. And you know, the Joshua's still out. Everybody's still out there. You know what I mean? So you know, when you have an exciting heavyweight champion, you know, everything else come back to life. You know, the excitement, the people getting the interest back in it, the money goes up for all the fighters. You know, I had many fighters, man, come back, man, we need you back. You know what I mean? And so a lot of things go up. You know, only the future can tell what it holds. But I think the future is bright, and it holds a lot of things in store for boxing fans.
Back home, they give you a lot of love. Are you planning to go back home and do one more?
Back home?
Back home, yeah, in Alabama.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Alabama's always showing me love. You know, I got the statue now. They made me a walking living legend. Young, at the age of almost 37. So right there in the heart of Dixie. It means a lot to me. Every time I think about that, it's like a feeling that I can't describe. You know what I mean? I don't think my vocabulary is long enough to really describe the feelings that I felt to receive a statue. But I love home. I love this. The saying is no place like home, and I cherish that to my heart.
You gonna give him one more fight out there?
Maybe a couple more fights, as long as I'm in. I only want to be in maybe 3 years or so, and that's it. So we're gonna see what we can fit in during that time, places, locations, different venues and stuff like that. Because once it's over, it's over for me.
Deontay,
I did. I heard Uzyk's gonna be there now. I'll be looking forward to seeing it. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a great fight. It's gonna be a great card overall. And why not come and see a good show? You know what I mean? So we're gonna welcome with open arms, and I hope you take notice.
with Usyk coming, does that mean it doesn't necessarily have to be Ruiz next? It could be Usyk.
It could. I mean, y'all know the business of boxing. It's a business. You know what I mean? One thing can go one way, but then when they get down to the business part about it, things can speed up, or certain people can be skipped. That's just a part of the business. And, you know what I mean? And it can definitely go that way. After Robert, it can definitely be, Usyk. You know what I mean? So it's just a great feeling just to be back in the mix of things and have so many different options on the table, and but one step at a time.
With Robert though, does any part of you, coming back after a year, anxious to have taken a shot in sparring or taken a shot on fight night just to know everything there is still 100%?
Could you repeat that one?
With the Robert Helenius fight, is any part of you actually anxious to take a punch? You know, whether it's sparring or in the fight, just to know everything's still 100%.
I mean, it's not really anxious. I'm getting a lot in training. You know, I'm getting a lot of sparring now and different things like that. So, I mean, it's not my first rodeo. So, you know, I'm used to a lot of things. You know, especially at the big stage. So, it's not really an overwhelming feeling or something that I'm anxious. I'm happy to be back, and I'm gonna give 110%, just like I've always given. And look forward to seeing everyone there, and the fans been on the edge of their seat when I fight. So,
Deontay, so knowing you have some familiarity with Helenius, what do you expect from him?
I expect a warrior. I mean, he's just like I. You know, he got a warrior heart. And I always tell people the mind doesn't control the body. Your heart controls the body. Because how many times have you done things, ran or done an obstacle that got too hard for you or became too long, and your mind said, I gotta quit. I can't do it no more. I gotta give up. The mind will tell you these things. The mind will even tell you, you know you great, but some other people's opinion would affect how you feel about yourself, and it'll affect your work. But with your heart, your walk will tell you will die for this. You know, your heart will tell you can't stop now. You got people that depend on you. You got children. You gotta feed. You know what I mean? So the mind doesn't run the body. It's the heart. That's why I always tell people follow your heart.
After your second fight with Tyson Fury, you said that he cheated. Do you still feel that way after the second fight?
I go with that to my grave.
And can you be more specific? What he did?
I've said enough on that. You know what I mean? And what I've said, I'm at peace with, and I'm happy. So you know, I go to my grave for what I know to be, and we're gonna keep it as that.
Which strategy do you think was greater for the sport, you and Tyson or Canelo Golovkin over the weekend?
It's always gonna be the heavyweights. You know what I mean? The saying is, once the heavyweight dies, so does boxing. I believe in that.
And coming off the trilogy against Tyson Fury, what will it mean to you to become a two-time champion of the world?
I mean, that means a lot. I mean, that's what I'm here for. Part of the reason that I'm here for, you know, also, you know, to see what type of hardware you can you can gain along the way. You know what I mean? Become a champion. All the other belts I never had, so it'll be good to hold the rest of the belts as well. Too, to be a role model, to motivate, to inspire. A lot of people love to see how you get back up and do things. You know, people get tired of seeing the winner all the time until they want to see how do you get back up. Because in life, where we live in, majority of the time, things are not peaches and cream for us, and we have to build our way up in a cruel world to get to the top. And it's never easy getting to the top, you know what I mean? So people don't know what it feels like to get to the top. You know, some people will work their ass off every day and never reach the top, you know what I mean? That's just the way the world is. We have to deal with the card that's been dealt to us, I would say. But once you reach that and you've obtained it and you've felt that and you've made adjustments in your life and you've invested your money well to the point you don't even need the business no more, it's a great feeling. So anything that I get from this stage or this ring moving forward, it's a plus for me.
How was it your team working at Las Vegas?
I know that you take boxing very seriously. You talk about how keep feelings alive.
Yeah.
A lot of people have made a big come up in the Jake Paul.
Yeah, the exhibitions. I mean, I got 2 point of views on it. You know what I mean? I hear certain fighters. I hear a lot of fighters. Don't agree with certain things that any exhibition that I've done, because I think they see the fans and they see the money that's been generated from it. And in the business, it's not like that. That's a fairy tale. You know what I mean? That's selling a dream. You know what I mean? In the business, it's way harder. It takes more than just find somebody and having a big fan base and people coming out. And a lot of fighters that don't have the financial gain or the popularity from it, they have a problem with it because they really have to go through the mud. They really have to go through the grind of the business, the different things that it takes to get to the top. You know what I mean? And it takes years. sometime a lifetime, because I know fighters that been fighting several years and never got an opportunity to fight for a title, never been a contender, and then they see other guys that's got into the sport and they gain popularity, they gain money from it. It's like it seems easier for them than for them. So I can see on that side, but then on the other side of the successful side, when you sit back and you're your own man, you got your own thing going on, you success, and you seem like, hey, if it makes money, it makes sense, continue to do what y'all guys do. You know what I mean? Don't worry about the hate or the negativity. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I'm like what Dana White said, records is for DJs. You know, nobody really care about records and different things like that unless, you're around certain people and that's what they want to, people think you got to have a great record to be successful. You don't. Look at the UFC. They done built something from $2 million to a $4 billion industry off of non-record fighters. That right there is the proof in the pudding right there. That tells you the blueprint of everything. Records for DJ. Because if a fight break out outside and people in the restaurant, hey, yo, they fight. Everybody coming outside. We don't know who's fighting or what the skill level is. We just want to see a good scrap. And that's usually how it is. You know what I mean? But I tell all the fighters, man, y'all keep doing your thing. Keep your head up. Invest your money well. To the point you'll get in a situation where you won't need the business will need you, and they'll see a different life.